Hi, this is Paul from London. Are you from London?
I'm from South Africa originally, but I live
South
in
Africa?
Yeah, but I lived in London for 20 years now.
South Africa?
Yeah.
You don't sound like that at all. What is
It's
your
still
accent?
there. Yeah, it's still there a little bit.
Well, we are eating Korean food right now, but we did a PlayStation commercial together.
Just come out.
Yeah, it just come out, and it's been so great. So on the set we didn't see anything, but like the final version is like so much going on. Like visually, it's just stunning.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to ask you what exactly you did with it.
So my job is I work for an advertising agency, and our client is PlayStation. So we do all the global work for PlayStation, and so my job is I'm the creative director. So,
Creative director,
yeah,
sounds cool.
So I wrote the ad. So I'm a writer. So I wrote the ad, and then we work with lots of very talented people who do filmmaking, CG, all sorts of things, to help realize the vision for the film.
So what do you mean by reading?
Oh, writing.
You write?
Writing, yeah. So I wrote the script, yeah.
So you talk with your client and then just find out what they want.
Yeah, so they wanted to launch PlayStation 5. And so we work with them on coming up with an idea that's going to work, and then once that's sorted out, then we work with the director and we do all the storyboards for the ad.
Yeah.
We start to do all the casting for the ad. And then we bring on the post-production team who do all the CG stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a big team, lots of people, hundreds of people.
Like I saw it on the set, like with the people looking at the screen. Then I saw just the simple shapes, and then comparing like while we were doing the photo shooting.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are you comparing? This is like two totally different things.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because with some commercials, the thing that you shoot is real, so you can see it. It's a house, or it's a tree, or it's a car. But because this was a imagination, it didn't exist. So
how did you imagine that?
Well, we do lots of mood boards. So find from different genres of movies and science fiction films and paintings and things, and you go, it might look a little bit like this, or it might look a little bit like that. So we do all that sort of thing, and then we start to draw it as storyboards, like frame for frame, like all films do.
So
and that's
is
when
that
it
a guy
starts
just for this storyboard? Or
yeah, so there's one guy who just does the storyboards, one guy who does all the concept drawings, or girl who does the concept drawings for the costumes, so everything. There's just so many people, and they each do specific jobs.
The bad thing about us is like we just see bits, and we don't know anything about the advert itself.
Yeah.
We have to imagine what's going on, but we don't know if it's right. So that's the difficult part. But for you guys, because you guys know what exactly it should look like, how it should look. Well,
you never really know until you see it on camera.
Yeah, that's true.
You have an idea of what it can be, but you never 100% know because.
Have you finished? I don't mind.
Yes, thank you.
How did you like it?
Yeah, really good. Thanks.
Okay. And this is japchae, which is stir-fried grass noodle.
Oh,
this is
so
also
much.
complimentary for.
Oh, thanks so much. Oh,
Thanks.
nice.
We've been closed for 6 months, so we really need to say thank you to customers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it looks good.
Korean. Cool. If you see the advert, you know it, but just the water goes up like a ceiling, like up to the ceiling, and we're going through the.
Yeah.
How did this idea come
well, the original idea was, it's called The Edge, is the commercial, and it's like, the metaphor for the ad is that the edge is between PlayStation 4 and 5. So PlayStation 4 is the old world, and they've seen it all, and now they've gone to the edge, and now they're going into 5. So that was the original idea. And then So that's why it's the edge of the world. But then lots of films have had the edge of the world, like in Pirates of the Caribbean and things like that. And we wanted to do something that felt more original and that's something you hadn't seen before. So that's why the water goes up. And,
that's right.
and it's this idea that the normal laws of physics and science don't apply at the edge.
Sure.
That's all just where weird things happen, you know. So that was kind of the idea.
Yeah. Because we knew that the advert is called The Edge.
Yeah.
We only knew The Edge.
Right.
And I was like, when we're shooting, I was explaining that beyond the edge, you see something which you have never seen.
Yeah. What is that?
New world is PlayStation 5 then.
But nobody's seen PlayStation 5. Well, people are starting to see it now. But at the time, nobody had seen it. So it was something new.
It's so interesting. Wow.
But no, you guys all did a good job. You did an amazing job. Yeah.
It was really, really interesting. I really like the people there. Like, you know, they are really friendly and open-minded. And also even the director, I forgot his name.
Martin Luther, yeah.
He's such a big guy because it's like he was really open.
Big teddy bear.
Yeah, big teddy bear. I really like him.
It was really interesting. The studio where we shot it, the film lot, was like the old movie. Did you have a chance to explore around there and see all the that's cool, isn't it?
I made a video.
Did you?
Because you know, like everything, like
the props and things from old, like quite famous movies, I think, from like the 80s and 70s.
Okay. Yeah, it was really interesting.
Yeah, it's like a graveyard of movies.
Yeah.
A bit like the Tarantino film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's like sort of like that, but in Romania.
Romania.
It was cool, and it was just before COVID, which is weird.
Yeah. What a time, isn't it? I was thinking, like, can we just still fly in and fly out?
Yeah, that was one of the last things.
Yeah, very last thing, yeah. It was early March, wasn't it?
Beginning of March. I think we were there first week of March.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But if you like do the CG part, what do you put on the screen first? Like, you can't just imagine it.
Yeah, so when the first edit of the film is cut together with what we shot on camera, and then the first cut of the film, but even before we shot the film, we had started to work on some of the boats and some of the very basic CG things, and we cut those into the film so that it makes sense. But it was really lo-fi, you know, like it looked like that. That's a ship, you know. So it's all very simple thing. And then gradually, once all the time is right, then you start to add all the details, you know. So it's like
so complicated. But I mean, like the boat, like the ship of the fisherman, was built on the set. So they use
so we shot it in Dominican Republic. There was a boat.
Oh, you did already?
Yeah, and then we went to Romania.
Yeah.
And they built exactly the same boat. So, but in the other side of the world. And then we had a CG version of the boat as well. So we had 3 different versions of the boat, just to make sure it works. So I think in the end, the commercial was probably about 70% CG, maybe 80%. Whereas initially we were going to make it back more like 40 or 50% CG.
My friend asked me, like, I feel like, were you really wearing the costume, or is it also CG? It's like, that's not true. That's quite difficult.
Yeah.
But like, but you know, because the images, colors, atmosphere, is surreal. You know,
it's surreal. Yeah. There were things added into the film, like in your scene, like behind, there were all lights put in and things that weren't there originally, but they were sort of added later. But so the film is like a canvas, and then you can add things on top. You know, that's kind of the thing.
I really want to know, like, the process of you know, how the canvas is like.
It's a long, complicated process.
How many months did you use for post-production?
We finished March. I think probably 4 months maybe.
4 months.
Yeah, but it wasn't like consistent 4 months because we would do it in like chunks. But it was a long time. Yeah, probably 4 months, and there was a team of maybe 6 people, I think, working on it. So.
Yeah. I saw also your colleagues on the set as well. Like, you guys are 6 or 7
I think from our agency there was maybe 4 of us. There were 2 clients and maybe 4 of us were there. Yeah. So 6 in total. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Lots of people.
It was fun.
Everyone has a job. It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really fun. But people are saying, "Oh, they want to do the sequel. What's part 2? What happens?"
After that, right? Yeah.
What's on
well,
the
then
other
you
side?
have to find out
Let's see.
by using
Yeah.
PlayStation
Yeah.
5.
5.
5. Alright then. Thank you. It's really interesting. Maybe
Yeah.
someday we'll see your see the process of the job.
Yeah. I can show you some stuff. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Exciting.
I think sometimes we do like a making of film anyway
Oh,
that
really?
shows how it gets made.
Yeah.
So
I mean like layers and layers, like this
Yeah.
first layer, second layer, and third layer, and then if we compare from the first layers to the final layer, it'll be really
I might have
interesting.
one on my phone. I don't know, not to share, but I can
Yeah.
show you.
But then, just for me,
Yeah.
then I just stop here.
Bye.
Bye.